everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Amanda Rijf and I'm a makeup artist and I'm back. So I've had a lot of questions regarding what my flawless face base is, what my favorite items are, how I apply them, and what my daily routine is. So I'm going to show you step-by-step basis, so stay tuned. Oh my god, you guys, I'm so excited. We're going to start today with my daily routine. So what do? I get a lot of questions about it, like I said before, and I have a few new favorites that I want to introduce you to. Maybe you know it already, but from a professional point of view, I would love to tell you about it. So this is the Sensual Skin Primer and it's by Kevyn, and I really like to use it because it's in one of these hygienic pots. You can just pump one time and this is more than enough for the face. So I'm going to apply this a little underneath the eyes as well. And before I go on, I actually started with Bio Effect. In another video I did, and you can see that on my YouTube channel. I'm a great fan of Bio Effect. And they have new products. It's more like intensified treatment with the EGF factor. And I tell you all about that in the movie, so you should watch it on my YouTube channel. You start with step 1. And then you apply step 2. So you wait until it dries, step 1 and then step 2. That's what I did earlier, and that's why I can start with the primer now. I love the primer as it really evens out the skin tone and prepares it for anything that's coming next. So I've been using the Traceless Foundation by Tom Ford for a while. I really like the texture, and I'm really happy as well that they have colors for women of color, so darker skin tones. So my nut color is a number 11 and it's called Warm Almond. I like to use my fingers to apply foundation. I know you can use a brush and I know you can use a sponge, but for me, I mean, my fingertips are warm and this is very convenient because it really blends into the skin. So as you can see, I don't apply foundation on my forehead, also because I'm wearing a pony and it just gets all messy, but there's a slight color difference and I like to apply it on the cheeks and also on the chin to have the accent there and have the flawless finish on these areas. So this is step 2. Then what I'm going to do now is apply a little bit of concealer. There's one gadget I've been using for a while and it's called the Smashbox Photo Up Under Eye Brightener, and this is quite sheer, as you can see. I can put a little on my hand and then I apply this as a base and it really brightens the area. And then I have this little blending brush which I love to use to get a little bit closer to the lash line. So this is just a base. And then I'm very fond of the Becca Concealer at the moment. It's the Ultimate Coverage Concealing Cream. Well, you can see it's nearly finished, and for me that's a big thing. So I'm going to apply a little bit of that. First put it on my hands and then use the same brush to blend that in a little bit. I actually like to do two things, a combination of using my fingertips and a brush to blend it in. And you can see the difference already, especially in combination with the Smashbox Photo Up. I would really get that. I love that. So that's one eye and the other. I might be applying a little bit more later, but you can see it's still dewy and flawless, and I really don't like all that baking effect. I don't bake at all. I really want the flawlessness, freshness, and that you can still see the skin and no cakiness happening at all. So that's the concealer. Then what I actually always like to do is use a little bit of blush first. So we'll do that. This is my very favorite by Lipstick Queen and it's called Minor Crisis. And unfortunately it's discontinued. I could cry, I could really cry, but still I'm just being very cautious and I'm using it sparingly. So a little bit on the cheeks and I just use the warmth of my finger to blend this. So what I love to do is layer. I work in layers, and first I start with the blush in the cream version and then later I'll be adding a little bit of powder because it really makes sure it stays put all day. And depending on the weather and where you're going and how your day is going to look like, this could be enough, but I prefer to layer just a little bit. Then I'm going to use the same cream texture as a base for my lips. Some use powder or foundation, I don't. I just like to use this as a base and then later apply lipstick. So that's my lipstick cream minor crisis. What I like to do before I set my makeup is use a highlighter. There are several that I have which I still love very much so. This one's by Bobbi Brown and it's called Santa Barbara. It's like peachy pink and it's a very easy color to apply. And the other one, it's a little bit more frosty, and that's by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and that's a peach Nectar. That's an illuminator. So you can see it on my hands and also what the difference in color is. So I'll be applying the Santa Barbara first on the high points of my cheekbones. Why now? Because then when I set my makeup, it's gonna blend in just a little bit more, and I love to do that. So, and when you apply highlighter, this is the brush you need. It's called a fan brush, and it has two different types of hair, and together, and also because of the fan shape, you can really just lay it down on the high points of the cheekbones and then fade. So this is what I love to do. I'll probably be using the peach Nectar a little bit later after I've finished applying the makeup. So when it comes to concealers, there are a few other ones that are really nice that I would recommend. It's called the Studio Skin 24-hour waterproof concealer. It's really nice by Smashbox, but I would recommend using an eye cream underneath because it's waterproof, so it tends to be a little bit more dry. The other one I really like is by Mercier, and it's called the Candle Glow. And I like it that it has this pump and a little sponge, so it's really easy to apply underneath the eyes. I love her concealers because they're also very nourishing. It's not only concealer, it has benefits as well. So this is really a nice one you should think about. So what I'm going to do is finish this off using the Mercier powder. It's a translucent powder that is, well, like a YouTube trend, the internet trend. Everybody knows the Universal Powder by Mercier. And this is a color called Medium Dark, and I'm very happy about it because finally she has a translucent powder for darker tone skin. So I'm just going to use a big powder brush, using my hands a little to make sure that the powder is in the brush, and then you finish off this first layer. Then what I like to do is use a little blush. So I never tend to use one color. This is the M.A.C Pro palette and it has 6, and usually I just dab a few of them, several depending on which color or what I'm wearing or which lipstick. Just blending all of it and then applying it on the high points of my cheek just to add a little bit more color. So, and this is why I do it like this, because at the end of the day, because of all these little layers, this is really actually going to stay put. Later on I'm going to finish off by applying my peach Nectar highlighter, but this is my basic look for now. Then we're going to do the eyes. I've been using eyeliner since I was 16. As you can see, I always dye my eyebrows because then I can see which color I want to use and I can always adjust the shape at the same time. So I'm going to use a little eyeliner first. One of my favorites is by Inglot. It's water resistant and it's hypoallergenic as well because I have very sensitive eyes, and you can use this in a tight line mode, which I love to do. Is when you apply the eyeliner here, but I'm going to actually just apply it as a wing. I always tend to say, may your coffee be strong and your eyeliner even, but I've been doing this for ages, so I can do it in one swipe, but it's such a different look you get immediately, and I can't live without my wing. I love my wing eyeliner and I like to use it on a daily basis. in black, in blue, in purple, but usually in black. Just make sure it's water resistant, because then you can play around with it just a little bit more. Then I'm going to apply a little color on my eyebrows. So there are a few favorites I like to use, and actually when I was in London I bought the Eyebrow Pencil by Christian Louboutin, and it's really nice. It's kind of soft, and I'm still into the Auburn because I like to have my eyebrows soft. But this is a really nice pencil. It has a brush at the same time, the back. And the other one I've been using for quite some time now is Brow Definer by Anastasia in Auburn. But for now I'll be using that. I'll be using the Auburn color by Anastasia Beverly Hills. And one thing that you should do actually, if you use eyebrow products or an eyebrow pencil or an eyebrow gel, just make sure that it's a little bit lighter, slightly lighter than your own brow is, because it's going to define it and not attract all that attention. It's going to be soft. And I always call eyebrows a character in the face, so it's very important to have them, to enhance them, to define them, because it defines you. So we can brush it through just a little bit to make it softer around the edges, and then I'm almost good to go. So I'm gonna apply a little bit of lipstick, and I've been using the Rum Raisin by Bobbi Brown for years and years, and I try different things, but this is my color and I can use it with any kind of lipstick I choose. So if you don't want to watch lipstick on a daily basis, fill in your lips with the pencil, like 2/3, and then the last bit you can just use or a lip balm or any kind of lipstick or lip gloss. But I'll be applying just a little bit more lipstick in a moment. But first I'm going to finish up with the highlighter. And actually I can apply this on the lids as well, just near the brow bone, because it gives it just that sheen, as you can see, and just a little kind of lift. Now we all like a little lift. So when it comes to lipstick, I'm a real lipstick fetishist. I have hundreds of lipsticks. It's terrible. And they all seem to be the same color, or kind of. I have several favorite brands. I always have Armani Beauty in my bag because it starts a little bit shiny, but it ends up quite matte, but still nourishing. It's never drying. So this is one of my favorite colors, and it's in number 509. I'll be applying that a little bit later. Also, Armani just launched a lip gloss, and it's a really cool color. It's quite sheer, but it dries into a matte, a little bit matte substance. This is one you should really be looking at. It comes in several colors by Armani Beauty. Then I'm a big fan of Charlotte Tilbury, Laura Mercier as well when it comes to lips. There are a few new colors by Lancome, which I actually really like, and the texture is nice and light. It's very dewy, especially when spring is just around the corner. This is something you would like to use. Gloss is back. I've been using gloss for years and years, but I prefer matte, but now I'm trying to do the combination of both. So a little bit of lipstick and a little bit of gloss in the end. So I'll be applying my 509. So this is me, and then we'll just add a little bit of finishing touch, and we're good to go. Thank you so much for watching my Get Ready With Me. This is my flawless face on a daily basis, and sometimes I pick a few different things, but these are the things I really love to use every day. I hope you enjoyed my video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and thumbs up if you liked the video, and see you next time. Bye!